Let's watch it.
A new Evil Dead movie is coming, Evil Dead Burn. And somehow, despite loving horror movies, I've never watched the entire Evil Dead franchise. I've seen clips, I've seen memes, I know who Ash Williams is, but I've never actually sat down and experienced the whole thing from beginning to end. So today, that's exactly what we're doing. 5 movies, decades of horror, countless deadites. Let's see if this franchise deserves its legendary reputation. We begin where it all started, the original Evil Dead from 1981. And immediately you can tell that this movie was made by a bunch of passionate filmmakers trying to create something special with very little money. That's part of its charm. Everything feels raw, the camera moves are aggressive, the atmosphere is creepy, and that cabin in the woods somehow feels more terrifying than most modern horror locations. The effects haven't aged perfectly, but the energy absolutely has. This isn't polished horror, it's chaotic horror, and that's exactly why it works. Next up, Evil Dead 2. And this is where things start getting weird. Really weird. This movie takes everything from the original and turns the insanity up to maximum. The horror is still there, but now there's comedy. A lot of comedy. And somehow the combination works perfectly. By the end of the movie, I understood why so many people consider this the best film in the franchise. Then we arrive at Army of Darkness. Ash is fighting skeleton armies. There's sword fights, there's castles, there's an absurd amount of chaos. At this point, Evil Dead feels like less horror and more like an adventure. And somehow, it's amazing. This might be the most fun movie in the entire franchise. Then came the 2013 reboot. The jokes are gone, the fun is gone. This movie came here to traumatize people. Everything feels heavier, more violent, more intense. The deadites are terrifying, the practical effects are amazing, and the entire movie feels like it wants to test how much suffering an audience can handle. It's easily one of the most brutal horror movies I've seen, not just in the franchise, but in general. Finally, we get to Evil Dead Rise. One of the smartest decisions this movie makes is changing the setting. Instead of isolating people in a cabin, it traps them inside an apartment building. Everything feels closer, more claustrophobic, more personal, and once things go wrong, they go wrong fast. This movie proves that Evil Dead can evolve without losing what makes it special. The gore is still there, the deadites are still horrifying, and somehow, the franchise still feels fresh. Alright, let's rank them. Most fun, Army of Darkness. Scariest, Evil Dead 2013. Most brutal, Evil Dead 2013. Most iconic, Evil Dead 2. Most impressive for its budget, the original Evil Dead. 5 movies later, I finally understand why this franchise is still alive. It never stops evolving, it never stops taking risk. And now I'm ready for Evil Dead Burn. What's your favorite Evil Dead movie? And where do you think Burn will rank?